Hi and welcome. I'm going to do a pick a card reading today and I'm super excited. I don't know why. I feel so excited to do this reading. Today's pick a card reading is going to be what do I do now? Um, and I felt like doing this reading because, the energies, the time we're living in seem so unpredictable. And we are learning to flow with the universe, connect with our higher selves, um, live in a different way, be more in our feminine energy, or have a balance between our masculine and our feminine energy, and not always needing to chase and attract and do and assert, but also, didn't mean to say attract there. But also creating from our higher self and our spiritual aspect, and finding a balance between spirituality and practicality. And it's new for us. It's a new way of living, and we are living in a new way in a world that hasn't caught up necessarily yet. Manifesting what we want by aligning with the vibrational energy of the things that we want to manifest means that our vibration and frequency needs to change. So who we are at our core, who we have been, changes. And with so many changes, things can be unstable and unpredictable and scary. A lot of us are facing anxiety and all sorts of difficult emotions with all the changes that is happening, and we know that it's all for our highest good, and the universe always works things out for us and unfolds it in the most perfect way. But our ego minds can pull us back into fear and worry and doubt. So let's try and ease our egos today with this pick a card. What do I do now? So we have group 1 and group 2. You can tap into your higher self or your intuition, that gut feeling, which pile you are drawn to. The crystals can help you with choosing which pile is for you. This will be the first group, and this will be the second group. So take a moment and decide, and then we'll start off with group 1. If you've chosen group 1, hi and welcome back. If you have watched my videos before, I am going to use this card at the end of this reading, so we'll just put that aside for now, and then let's get some oracle cards first for some general energies and see what message comes through for you, group 1. What do I do now? And this can be what to expect or what to do, because we are not just in our masculine energy. Transformation. And then at the bottom of the deck we have family. Okay, so this is a number 5 card, and 5 is changes, just as we've been talking about. Our lives are undergoing such great change, and when there's great change, there's uncertainty, and it can make us wonder because we sort of almost always feel the need to know what to do and what comes next. So this is a period of transformation and great change. And in this card, she's standing on one side of a bridge, and it looks like this bridge is connecting to an ethereal, spiritual, energetic world. So you might be in a transition period in your life, and it might be something related to family, So this is at the bottom of the deck. Let's just move that up there. So you might be in a period of great transformation. It could be internal, or the transformation has happened internally already. And when there's change inside of us, who we are, the things outside of us will change. Let's get the message from the book for this card. Okay, where are you? There we go. Sorry, that's taken me a minute. Significant transition. This card shows a woman getting ready to cross a bridge and move into a new light-filled adventure. In a rolled-up scroll, she carries all the wisdom she needs to move forward. So you are likely intuitive, you likely have set intentions or know what you are aligning to and manifesting, but something about this period might make you feel uncertain, or just our human selves just being concerned and wanting to know what comes next and what to do next. But you already know, and within you, you already have all the information that you need. She carries the wisdom she needs to move forward. This fortuitous card reveals a time of great inner and possibly outer transition. You are now at a place where you are capable of transforming your old life into something brand new. Unhealthy patterns of thought and behavior are now ready to shift into the much higher resonance of peaceful, non-judgmental energy. For some people, this is no less than an opportunity to reinvent themselves. As a result, this card is putting you on notice that you are a powerful manifester. Your inner changes now will reap phenomenal results in the near and distant future. So spend some time going inward, consciously choosing optimism, trust, and self-love. As you make these changes, you will see your outer life transform as well. Perhaps a new relationship or a bigger and better career is on the horizon. Visualize these great outer results as you continue to work on your inner transition of consciousness and vibration. When you do, you will find this cycle moving on to one of great expansion. And the affirmation here is, I am capable of great inner change. I transform my life by transforming my thoughts and perceptions. I am always free to choose. Okay, so I do feel like collectively we've been going through great inner change. And when I'm recording this reading, we've just gone through a Pisces super full moon, which I feel was very transformative for many of us. And everything leading up to this period, regardless of when you watch this video, if it's at the time that I record it or not, I feel like there's already been great inner change. And so the outer transformation and manifestations are on their way. Often we try to transform our external world, the things that we want to manifest, and we put our focus there. But if you're here watching these types of videos, you are most likely very aware that whenever we try, or whatever we want to see in the external world, needs to happen within first. And when we set our intention on something, that inner process is already automatically, the universe sets it into process, the inner changes that need to happen, and then helps us with it, so that we can align and manifest with what we want. There was also something else here. I feel like a lot of processing, or not processing, integrating needs to happen with past lessons that we've learned about ourselves and about our world and how we want to feel and how we want to show up. And there might have been really, really difficult things coming up emotionally, possibly around family. And once you've really gone through that purging, that emotional inner reflection, that spiritual reflection, you've really processed the emotions and done the shadow work, you get to this point where you don't feel overly critical and judgmental of the people anymore, or yourself anymore, or the situation. And there's an acceptance and sort of a forgiveness, and a letting go and a surrendering the situation or the experiences or the emotions that were attached to them. And that integration is happening now. And almost like as that settles, the physical manifestations can appear because internally we've come to a place of stability. Let's get some tarot. And I'm using the fairy tarot cards. I felt like we could use some magical energy. Oops. Let's just move this over here. Some magical energy. What other messages do we have? Ooh, this one and this one. We have the Three of Spring at the bottom of the deck, which says, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So this is the Three of Wands. And this is about planning for the long term, while having patience for where you are right now, and the knowing that good things are coming, and that you've done what you needed to do, and being satisfied with the effort and the intention and the actions that you've taken up to this point. We have the Eight of Winter. This is the Eight of Swords. You have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So I feel like what needs to be done right now is not necessarily external, although those intuitive nudges and guidance will come to you in a moment when you need to take tangible action and steps. But really, what's been happening with this transformation internally is letting go of self-limiting beliefs. And now what needs to be done is that you just really need to believe that the good things are on its way, and that you are enough and that you've done everything that you needed to do. The Nine of Spring, which is the Nine of Wands. Protect the fruits of your labors. The ladybugs are standing out to me. Protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. I feel like it would be beneficial to be out in nature, just to take your mind off any worries, doubts, or any mental beliefs and thoughts that can keep you trapped. There's this sense that you may feel like you need to protect yourself or be protective of what you have. And yes, it's just a good idea to be mindful, not to be in a negative energy regarding this. It's just about having the awareness of maybe I should keep certain things to myself, or I know who I trust and who has my back, and those people I can share with. Knowing your own boundaries and limits. And not to be fearful about the challenges that lie ahead. And challenges are not, this is meant to stop me, or the mindset of this is getting in my way. It's just that there's always resistance in this world that we live in. It's just physics, you know. It's the laws of physics. Gravity can be resistance and a challenge, but that doesn't mean that we can't still get on an airplane and fly somewhere. So be mindful that you need to possibly stand your ground, and just be aware of precautions and things that you need to be mindful of so that you can protect all the hard work you've done up to this point. And work on any remaining doubts or fears, positive affirmations, surrounding yourself with things with positive energy, which is why being outside in nature can be helpful. The Seven of Earth. That's the Seven of Pentacles, and this is the energy of a harvest or waiting for something to harvest. He's over here looking at this fairy. He's kind of a bittersweet. If you add one more gold stick, you get a double. You've planted the seeds, and the seeds are growing, and you need to just be patient. Maybe set new intentions for the future, make plans for what you possibly would like to do next, or how you would like to enjoy the harvest that is coming, but knowing that it is coming. Seven of Earth. Opening to a new strategy, being at a crossroads, a decision to be made. As I reflect on my progress to date and see where I stand, I contemplate whether I want to continue singing the same song or change my tune. I am always free to go back to and reimagine what I might co-create. If what I manifested does not serve me as I thought it might, I don't have to be afraid to admit it is no longer for me. Whatever I choose to do, I am not afraid to start over, for I feel assured that Spirit will always support my highest good. Okay, this is where we're at. There have been inner transformations and possibly outer transformations regarding family, and possibly working through self-limiting beliefs, fear that might have kept you stuck where you are, feeling like you can't get out. And another lesson might have been about how to protect yourself, so that you don't fall victim to unnecessary things that get in your way. And just walking through whatever negative experience there has been from the past that has led to these limiting beliefs. And now we can take stock of where we are at and decide to do things differently from what we did them before. Remember that it's okay to start over, and that being in your comfort zone and having things be the same for a very long time can feel comfortable, but there's no growth there, there's no expansion there. So once we get past the inner stuff, how we feel, what we're thinking, the universe is always guiding us and always unfolding everything in our favor. And our job is to have the awareness of what's happening, who we are, how we feel, so that we can enjoy this life. And that we're not doing it alone. The universe is always with us and always supporting us and always guiding us. I hope this message was supportive for you in some way. If it has been, please like, share, comment, and I hope I will see you join me again in another video. Group 2, hi and welcome back. If you've been here before, if you chose this card and this stone, this will be your reading. I am going to leave this card here for us to read at the end of this reading. So what do I do now is the question. So let's just get an energy from the oracle deck. That one, courage. At the bottom of the deck we have travel. Excuse me. So we have courage. This is a number 1. So this is like a beginning or doing something alone. And this might be the energy that you need to be in. Finding the courage to go in a certain direction. This guy has this whole suit of armor on and he's got a sword. But he's standing there and looking at this path. So there's possibly some fear about moving forward or going in a direction that you haven't gone before because you don't know what is in there or what's at the end of this path. But you're fully protected. You've got all this armor, and you know how to defend yourself because you've got a sword, and a sword can be communication, because a sword can be wisdom, knowledge, information. And this could be something regarding traveling or moving. There's a suitcase here in front of a door. So you possibly might be wondering what you need to do to be able to move or travel if that's something that you want to do. And you're needing to find the courage to actually do this. Okay, let's put that there. Okay, let's get the meaning from the book. A man in armor holds a sword at his side, ready to enter a dark forest. This is a time of great personal strength for you. I hope the noise outside isn't too much. A man in armor holds a sword at his side, ready to enter a dark forest. This is a time of great personal strength for you. Whether you realize it or not, you're ready to take a risk and attempt a new adventure. If you've been thinking about taking a chance on something, now is the time to face it. Perhaps there's a challenge you'd like to meet or something you've been longing to express. It may be time to go public about an interest you've been pursuing. Even if you feel hesitant at first, this card is telling you that the time is right. You are moving into an energetic cycle where you feel strength more deeply. There is a core of power coming from your own eternal soul, and you can feel the boundless courage that always lies ready within your heart. Breathe deeply and take that next step. Know that you can trust this core of inner strength to guide you in this exciting time. The affirmation here is, I have the courage and strength to navigate any situation. I affirm my power and I trust my own resourcefulness. Okay, let's get some tarot. I'm using the fairy tarot cards. These cards feel super magical and appropriate. So let's see. What is this? We have the 6 of swords, the 6 of spring, which is the 6 of wands. This is a victory. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. already found that courage and that inner strength and moved in a certain direction. And this can be metaphorical or actual travel or actually moving. What you're needing to do is anticipate that this is going to be successful, or you're going to be successful, and that there's good news on its way. You have already either made really smart choices, or you are making smart choices, and you're going to be rewarded and recognized for it. The Four of Summer, being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, discontent with life. Okay, so it's like you're not seeing either how courageous you are, or you're not seeing that you've come a long way, or whatever moves that you've made or are going to make is going to be successful. And it's almost the energy of living in the future, constantly making new plans and setting new goals, when where you are right now, what you have right now, what you've already achieved, there was a time in the past where you were striving for what you have now. There's a child here at the bottom, and she's standing there thinking about something, and she's not seeing this child pleading for attention right there. So what you really need to do is to see what's right in front of you at the moment, what you already have achieved. Maybe acknowledge yourself for how courageous you've been and your strength to have gotten to where you are now, and not be in such a hurry to move on to the next thing or to leave the physical place where you are at. Not saying that you shouldn't. If that unfolds for you, you can always hold that intention if that's what you want. If it's a physical move or just your life moving forward, you can always set that intention and hold that inner focus. But really pay attention to what you have right now. There is someone, it could be actual children or your own inner child wanting you to enjoy the present moment, or just any other person that you have a relationship with, or the things that you have that you are possibly taking for granted. And if you take the time and really enjoy what you have and show appreciation for it, that will bring in other good things. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Summer, which is open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the birth of a current one, the awakening of psychic or spiritual epiphanies. I feel like almost trying to figure out stuff and standing there and thinking about the future and what you need to figure out and what you need to do. That keeps us stuck in the mind, and the mind is not meant to figure things out. The mind is meant to execute the directions from our higher self, from our soul and from our heart, in harmony with the universe and everything else. So once you open your heart up to just enjoying the love that's around you and the things that you have and seeing what you have, it opens you up to these new things, or the things that you have already set intentions on and possibly taken actions on to materialize for you. Something new is going to begin for you, and it's possibly something around a relationship. We have the Strength card. I love this card, it's so beautiful. 8 is infinity and abundance. And I feel like these two cards, the Courage card and the Strength card, is very similar. Strength can be physical strength or emotional strength or the mental strength, and you can be strong and still be gentle, and you can be fierce and still be gentle. Let's read the message for the strength card in this book. Strength, endurance. I can go the distance and know that everything occurs in divine appropriate timing. I have courage as I manifest miracles. When I allow Spirit to work through me, I am strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle inside and out. And I think the emphasis here is allowing Spirit to work through me and not trying to figure things out from our mind, from the limited understanding that we have about the world and manifestations. And this is how miracles happen, is when we don't try to tangibly figure things out from a cognitive or logical and practical place only, but we allow the universe, God, to work through us so that things can happen easier and in more miraculous ways. So it's about finding the strength to endure whatever you're facing, and having the courage to believe that miracles can happen. And sometimes we need to have the courage to just allow it and enjoy where we are and what we have in the present moment. That is the message that I have for you, Group 2. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please like the video, comment or share. I hope you subscribe and that I'll see you again in another video.